What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. It's 12:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Thursday. Actually, it's Thursday. Yes, it is. I don't know. For whatever reason, I almost thought it was Friday. I am the Crypto Crow, and we're going to just go over some interesting things. First, I'm going to start off. I haven't shown the Crow Cardano pool in a while. It's been starting to make a comeback. I mean, at one point, it was at like almost 80,000 or 80 million ADA. Years ago before the bear market, and it came down quite a bit, obviously, as people liquidated and dumped. And then we started getting, other platforms basically saying stake with us and you'll get our tokens instead of ADA. And, so that pulled some people away and so forth. But a lot of people have been coming back. And the last I checked, this was at like 23 million live stake. Now we're back up to almost 28. So I'm very happy to see that. People ask me all the time, what's your node? Do you have one? Yes, it's Crow, CROW. I called it the Cardano stake pool for those of you that are curious. All right, so now looking at Bitcoin's price, here's the thing with this. I have, and I'm not going to pretend otherwise. I have continued to believe that we were heading lower, that the bottom wasn't in at 15.5, that we were likely going to go lower. I thought Cardano would go lower. And here's the thing. I'm about 80-20 at this point that the bottom was hit. Now, we have been in a rally, okay, but we have not seen these indicators cross over, which I don't think we've ever seen in Bitcoin's history. And I am going to basically say this. I'm obviously bullish on Bitcoin long term. I mean, it'll probably see 100,000 plus by 2025. And I think that the crypto market as a whole is going to do very, very well. Obviously, I'm still here, okay, for a reason. But I still do believe that there is a lot that could happen in the month of February. Now, I predicted, I don't know how many months ago it's been, 6 months, I don't know, maybe even a year. I don't remember. Could be more than that we would see a bottom in February. Towards the end of February. And I know that I've said this many, many times. I am going to concede at this point that may be very, very inaccurate. There is, for the same reason that I believe that the bottom isn't in yet, is also the same reason why it could be. In the sense that there's so much happening with the Fed and inflation and interest rates and the traditional markets and the crypto markets and the whales and their transition out of this and into that. And there's so much going on. I know Michael Burry recently said, I think it was towards the end of last month, he just tweeted sell, right? And it's a big doom and gloom. Michael Burry, obviously the one they did a movie about, I think it was The Big Short. And I think that's his name, Michael Burry. I could be wrong on that. I just saw it, but I have so much in my head right now. I still think that it's entirely possible that we get a substantial drop from where we're at back into this buy zone. And maybe a new low is set. Maybe that happens in February. I really just don't know at this point. And here's the thing. What happens with me often is I commit to an idea or what I see, and then as soon as I start to second guess that idea based off of the way things are going or the time frame, I say, oh, that's probably not going to happen anymore. And then within a week it does. So I'm not conceding 100%. I know that every indicator out there for the most part has basically said the bottom is in, with the exception of a few. We're seeing some significant indications of things that have never, ever happened before in Bitcoin's price, such as these two moving averages potentially crossing over. I don't know if it's artificial. I don't know if it's just the regular market. I don't feel like we've ever seen any real capitulation in the market. These points where everybody's believing one thing and the price goes to the complete opposite direction, causing everybody to just basically just get depressed and disparaging and all of that. Maybe we don't see it. Maybe the market is changing enough and that there are enough institutions and enough people in play to keep the volatility of Bitcoin's price from happening the way we all expect it to. And I'm only saying this because I have begun averaging in. I started averaging in a long time ago, and I just want to make it clear what my stance is at this point. The bottom could very well be in. BitBoy and his crew, maybe they're all right. I may be wrong this time. I'm not 100%. I still think it's fairly too early to tell with 100% accuracy because there is so much different stuff going on in the market, and I am just not sure. There's a lot of positivity happening in the crypto space, and there will continue to be. But we'll have to wait and see. I think February is going to be an extremely interesting month. Let's just say that. For better or worse, whatever happens, happens. If I happen to be right, and my initial instincts happen to be right, and we get a significant downtrend towards the end of February that maybe goes off into some of the other months, that is also very possible. Maybe we don't get a new low, but maybe we come back down into the $16,000, $17,000 range. Hopefully that's the worst of it. I don't really want the market to crash even further, but I am very, very much skeptical. I really think that there's worse that can be had in Bitcoin's price than just 77%. But the difference there could be just the way the market's changing. So we'll have to wait and see. So let's go over my watch list. These are all crypto projects that I like for one reason or another. And this isn't going to be a deep dive into every one of these. I'm just showing you the projects that I am watching, some of which I own, some of which I've begun averaging into, some I haven't touched yet. But these are all projects that I believe could do exceedingly well in the next market. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm going to keep the video short. And then moving forward, I'm going to start doing deeper dives into all of them to let you know why they're on my watch list. So I have these listed in order of gains over the last 7 days. And number one is AVAX or Avalanche. Circulating supply is pretty high, but 314 million tokens, almost 315 million tokens in total supply. But it's currently trading at $22. Decentraland Mana up 19%. Very, very good. There's about 2 million in supply of these tokens, or 2 billion rather, sorry. Currently trading at 80 cents. Now, Cornucopias, which I do hold and I love, and you all know I'm a paid ambassador for Cornucopias. I almost didn't give them a choice. I am still waiting for centralized exchange listings for them. I've been on them about it for eons, and I don't know why, really, that they keep waiting. I think they're holding back their price of their token at this point, if I'm very honest, and I will tell them that directly, because I think now is the time they need to get listed. They need to get this done. I'm you know, the volume is low because they're not on major exchanges. They're only on a few dexes right now. That is not enough. But when you look at the market and you look at their tokenomics, and you look at everything, they're currently trading at 2 cents, which is up quite a bit. They were a penny for a while. Decentralized Mana, they have the same tokenomics. So does the Sandbox. They have the same tokenomics. If Cornucopias were to go from 2 cents to even $2, like Mana and the Sandbox, which I think are the other two leading metaverse crypto tokens out there, many millionaires will be born with Cornucopias, but they have to start building their exchange listings now. There's no more waiting, and there's no I know that some of this is based off of they don't want to list it on centralized platforms until there is real utility associated with the other variables of the metaverse. So, you know, maybe racing, their iPhone mobile game that they launched that uses Copy tokens for things. I think they should be, if I'm not mistaken, they should be in a position where they should be able to list these tokens effectively on centralized exchanges, but I'm not a lawyer either, so they need to consult with their lawyers, which they do. But time is ticking, and now really is the time. They want to have these listed on several centralized exchanges and let before the halving, and then let the momentum start to build from there. Or we're not going to see the hope and gains that we want to see with this token. I just don't think so. You're not going to get these kinds of gains on central or on decentralized DEXs alone. It just doesn't happen that way. But anyway, that's my gripe. Otherwise, I absolutely love the project. I love Rob. I love John. I love everything else about it, except for because every time I see projects that skimp and they screw around with their token listings on exchanges, it doesn't end well. And I've been screaming this from the rooftops for a while, to the point where I'm nauseating myself, but for whatever reason, this is still where we're at, and it's really starting to bother me. Polygon Matic, up almost 14% over the last 7 days. Everybody knows this is probably going to be a big winner. Cosmos, Atom, very, very solid project. Currently trading at about $15. Polygon Matic's only at $1.24, but their tokens, man, that 8.7 billion tokens. So, and if you look at a lot of the tokenomics in the price, you can see how it would compare to the price action of other tokens with different tokenomics, but in the same vertical. And so that's pretty important to keep an eye on. Algo, currently trading at 26 cents. Pretty big circulating supply. Filecoin, currently trading at 575. Tokenomics are pretty low, and I like that. Cardano, obviously doing really well, back up to 40 cents. Huge amount of tokens, but the majority of these tokens are locked up on nodes and things. So the actual trading supply of the number of tokens out there is actually pretty limited. So we can see pretty significant swings in Cardano's price, and the more people that are delegating to like the Crow node or basically any other nodes, and we're taking that off of the shelf, we're not we're lowering the overall supply available against the demand. So as the demand goes higher, the price is probably going to grow pretty quickly, is my guess. VeChain was a big fun one back in the day. I was bullish on it, but man, the fact that it's over a penny, cool. Even in the bear market, cool. A lot of tokens, a lot of supply, but it's still something I have my eye on. It could be fruitful. Theta Network. A lot of you guys that have watched me for years know I was extremely bullish on Theta Network back when it was pennies. And it went up in the bull run, and everybody was just blissfully happy, but we haven't heard or seen a whole lot about Theta in a while. The network itself is actually pretty sick. I would love to actually figure out a way to integrate some of the Theta systems into SoBlocks in the future, but that's a conversation I've not had with anybody. It's just an idea I'm sharing with you right now. Polkadot, currently trading at $6.77, up 5%. The Sandbox, currently trading at 77 cents. Funny, same tokenomics as Mana. Mana's doing a little better than Sandbox. I think that could be a testament to a lot of the issues I brought up with the Sandbox in the past. I still have my Sandbox land. I'm sure it's still going to go really well in the next bull market, but it is what it is. Ethereum, obviously. World Mobile Token's been really volatile for a while, but hovering around 20 cents, which is pretty solid with their tokenomics, with everything that they've been doing, but volume is pretty low at $705,000 in daily trade volume. That's really not that high. And getting in and out of substantial positions in World Mobile Token, it may not always be the easiest play. So this is an accumulate and hold longer term as supply or demand continues to grow with their new milestones and with everything else. Solana, I've been watching them just because I do happen to have some, like a few, okay, not a lot, but it's still trading at 25 cents. I believe that Solana is, in my opinion, just with everything surrounding it, its failures as a blockchain and everything else, the way they basically tried to buy themselves into the market, buy themselves into various use cases, buy themselves into all of the hype and FOMO that they could create using money, not necessarily tech. I look at Solana as I don't know, what do you call, I don't know, rotten apple. I mean, I guess that's the easiest way of explaining it, but I've got my eye on it anyway, because if there's anything I know about venture capitalists, they know how to get a token to pump, even if it's completely artificial. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with that. Bitcoin obviously is in there. ICP, Internet Computer. This is a big one that I definitely plan on doing a deeper dive into in the near future. Tezos or XTZ. Listen, this could be a winner, but there's a lot of different layers to Tezos, and I still have a lot to learn about it, which is why it's on this list. Hedera H bar is on my list. It's currently trading at 6 cents, up 2.42%. A ridiculous tokenization or tokenomics, almost that of Cardano, but without a lot of the public use case potential that Cardano has. Not to mention a lot of the other things that are going to be related to Cardano as it continues to grow. But the technology behind Hedera Hashgraph is new. It's interesting, but it's been around a while. And I think the use case for HBAR may likely end up being more governmental, more remittance, more financial transactions, or even machine learning AI based stuff. I don't know. I'm so on the fence about HBAR, but it's on my list. Energy Web Token, currently trading at about $3.65. You probably aren't even all that familiar with it, but I will tell you that the World Economic Forum is, and I'll just leave that at that for now. XRP, obviously up a little bit. We all know what's going on with XRP. We all know what it is. Quant. Interesting how Quant is up so much after my video yesterday, because when I did my video about buying some Quant yesterday, it was trading at $1.36. So now it's up to $1.50, and people have been pointing this out on Twitter. So, cool. I'm ahead a little bit already. CeeLo, another project that, this is probably going to play some roles in the banking institutions and a lot of the remittance stuff, governmental control, who knows, but CeeLo is definitely something I'm going to be looking at. Telcoin. How many of you remember good old Telcoin? I was really big on Telcoin back in the day, years and years ago, and it blew up. Everybody was going nuts. And then the bull market came to a close, and now it's back down to a fraction of a penny. Will it come up again? Will there be significant gains in a round two? I don't know, but it definitely calls for a deep dive. Divi token, back down to a penny. Divi token is one of those projects that I've absolutely loved. I love what the team has done for a long time, but quite frankly, at a $40,000 trade volume on the daily, you're not going to be able to get in or out of positions. For anything, any significant buy or sell of Divi could take you weeks to get in and out of. Anything can happen in that time. So you're almost forced to average in and average out, whether you want to or not. I like the project. I like the team, but a part of me is kind of wondering, is the market just advancing too quickly for what this team is able to pull off in the same time period? I don't know for sure. I know their masternode technology is solid. I love the Divi masternode. And it's rewarding to people, but this token can never seem to get out and stay out of its bottoms. And that is a problem, but it's on my list because I do have my eye on it. And last but not least, Threshold T. This is another one. This has actually been coming down over 5%, almost 5% in the last 7 days. Currently trading at about 5 cents. This is one of those projects that I don't even remember where I saw some information about it. I'm like, that's interesting, but I'm pretty sure this is something involved with like global finance and the World Economic Forum and all of that stuff. So I'm keeping an eye on all these projects, and for better or worse, we're probably going to be doing some deeper dives in the majority of these as we go and we head closer to the halving, because I want to basically be able to educate people on what I think may or may not be worth averaging into once the market officially turns around. Join the wargrum.io newsletter if you want to stay abreast as to what's going on with my game. I think we are going to go ahead and once the groups come back to Soblox, we're going to add a Wargrum group we're going to lock off access just to Murder of Crows token holders. And, you can get one here, murderofcrows.io, if you want to be like an early alpha. Like basically you want to take a spin in a shit show of a game. It's not really, but it's not anywhere near retail ready. But we need the feedback and we need the people that want to try it out. And so we're going to do it that way. I'm just going to keep it. You got to Murder of Crows. You're going to be able to log in and you're going to be able to get access to downloadables and files that are locked within the group that nobody else has access to. And let's take another quick look at my Play wallet. The list of NFTs is continuing to grow on here. So let's go over a couple just for fun and see what has been sent. Well, what is this? GeoPals, Salt Lake City Blue 1.5. I love aliens. I love anything that has to do with aliens. So I think that's really cute. Salt Lake City. I don't know a whole lot about that, but it's cute. I almost wish these showed up in order that they appeared on my wallet. That would be a lot more interesting. That way I could just kind of, but instead I gotta try and filter them out and figure out which ones did I look at already and which ones haven't I haven't seen this one. CC pre-sale token. Cryptoverse comics preview. I think these guys might have said something to me. I think PDFs like this are things that, okay, it's just an animated rotation. All right. PDF comics preview. I have to take a look at that. I'm going to take a look at that off air first. Let's take a look at their Twitter. I'll click that. I will follow you. And let's take a quick look. Where's some art? I like to see some art. I doubt that's it. Still got a big spam problem on Twitter. Kind of drives me nuts. Cryptoverse comics. Ever wondered how a comics page looks like before shades are applied? Here's one of the pages from the Cryptoverse #2 with only flat colors. Yeah, that's cool. The final result will look nothing like it. Get our NFT and migrate it to our new policy ID to access the Cryptoverse #2 for free. Well, there you go. That's cool. Oops. And yeah, that's cool stuff. So I gotta be careful about Twitter. Apparently, I'm not used to that. Oh, what's this? Is this an alien robot or something? Empire Lich. A lot of these animated NFTs, they're cool, but I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about the animated NFTs. Some of them I really dig. Some of them I'm like, I don't know. Because I don't know, when it comes to these animated little GIF NFTs, that sort of thing, it feels a little too gimmicky to me and less about like art and style and more about gimmicky stuff. But I mean, that's just my humble opinion. What do I know? There's 2 NFTs in this. Cardano Pix Crew. All right. Space Trident Purple. All right. Well, that's interesting. I've never heard of that. It's a kind of a creepy vibe on that. Kind of creepy vibe. What's this one? Astronaut. Let's see. Cardano Pix Crew number 2202. I don't know. Is this an astronaut that's like a member of some cult and that's like his leadership medallion or something? Like, I don't know, but that's cool. This is something new. Let's see. Taking a minute to load. Maybe we'll load up another one here real quick. Have I covered them all? No, what's this? This is new. Well, that's loading. Well, that's still loading. Jeez, old Pete's. Hodling. Cloud. This is interesting. I haven't even seen this kind of thing before, where there's just a whole array of images associated with one NFT. I mean, that's cute. I don't know who's creating that or whatever, but ADA0 So that's interesting. This load yet? Yeah. What is this? The official token of the Ape Society. What is the Ape Society? Never heard of the Ape Society before. Is this like a copy of something? Welcome to the Ape Society. The Ape Society is a collection of 7,000 unique NFTs generated on the Cardano blockchain. Claim an ape by minting or purchasing through a secondary marketplace and stake your place in our exclusive community. Interesting. I actually kind of dig the art on it. I like the way that was. I like this because it's kind of realistic and like art, but with all of the different assets associated with it. I think that's kind of cool. So I don't know what that token is or what it does, if anything, but thank you for sending it. And yeah, I don't know if any of this stuff tickles your fancy, go check it out. Make sure you're delegating to the crow node. And I don't know, hopefully this video opens your eyes a little bit, gives you something to watch or to listen to for a little while you're in the bathroom or on your lunch break. And until next time, crow your coins. I'll see you soon.